Welcome everyone. It's 4:41. I just turned 4:42 on the clock, which is going from the Emperor and the Ace of Cups to the Two of Cups. So new love, self-love, spiritual love, and the Two of Cups of one-to-one connections, and the Emperor. Also that 44 energy of the Four of Cups of grounding, integrating, and mastering, how to receive love, of the Hercules energy of her harvest, and the Two of the Divine Feminine, the higher self or High Priestess. So for this read, I have a 6-deck read, like my 4-deck read, and then the 7-deck read is only a 3-deck read on the table today. And that's what I have for you today. So it won't be as long as usual, which is probably a good thing. And then I'm going to try to get Virgo done today, if not Libra, perhaps, but I don't know if I'll have enough energy to do that. This was a long message that I got today, so it took me a bit to do. So let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. We're going to roll the die and do oracles at the end as usual. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending so much love and blessings out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It was beautiful and warm here today. It's kind of rainy and overcast right now, but it was sunny earlier, and it's warm out. Like you don't even need a coat. So unseasonably warm. French stuff has been coming up today. I ended up putting on my Eiffel Tower earrings. I didn't realize I had talked about the Eiffel Tower, or EIF actually came up in my header today. So let's go ahead and roll the die, see what else is coming up. So for the twin flames, today is the 4th. It's 4:44 on the clock now, so the angelic realms are coming in. Today is the 4th again, so the 4 is big today, which is that L1, which is the lambda leap, the lamb of the Christ energy, and the da of the Father, and the leap of the arc from point to point, and taking that leap to the angelic realms. Perhaps the archangels will come up a lot today. We have, for the twin flames, this January 4th, we have Pisces, which is that leap energy of the 2 circles of the Taurus, but also Pisces symbol of leaping from one realm to another. We have the 2 of the Divine Feminine, which is also the High Priestess, which is Pisces for me. This is also February, which is Aquarius to Pisces energy. And again, duality comes up with the number 2, as well as mediation, both sides of the coin. And then we have Neptune here too, about dreaminess and angelic realms. So that's coming up as well, which is Pisces again. So a lot of Pisces energy around the Divine Feminine. Very interesting. But also, yeah, right? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Wow, Pisces energy. I didn't realize all 3. That never happens, where all 3 have one energy. All right, here we go, Pisces. Very cool. Yeah, let me put my bowls back here. Just a little bit more room. And then we're going to get going. Okay. So just 2 reads. This 6th read is my usual 4-deck read, but I used slightly different decks, and I added the Wild Unknown deck as well as my half deck of the Rider-Waite, which is just characters. So here's the 6th read, or 6-deck read. The top is actually the Good Tarot today, then the Wild Unknown Animal Guidebook, then the half deck of Rider-Waite, and then the Journey of Love, Metatron deck, and the Shaman Dreams. So Nature's Whispers is not in this read today, but it is a 6-deck read. As you can see, the underlying energies to the left and to the right are the cards I needed to count. And as you can see, again, in the half deck of the characters, a little bit of a pyramid story came out. It really was cool, though, the way it came out at the end there. I want you to see these 2 cards next to each other. The Fool at the bottom here. The Fool at the bottom here came out. And then when I dealt out Journey of Love, the extra card here that came out by itself is literally mimicking the Fool here. Look at the energies of those two cards next to each other. It's like the shadow of the other. I can get it to focus right there. Oh, it's being stubborn, not wanting to focus. All right, let me start from the top, just so you can see the cards a little bit better. Get it focused in. Okay. And you can see those cards a little bit better now. On the bottom here. Okay. All right, so this one, this I was just doing all day. It took me several hours to do it. The day today, the energies are the 4th, so it's the 4 of the Emperor, and the day adds up to 12, which is the Hanging Man. So seeing new perspectives, wisdom, hanging out, perhaps feeling hung out to dry. And then the Emperor, of course, has to do with control and control issues and leadership. So the first one was dealt at 12:03 to 4. So again, there's that energy again of the Empress and the Emperor, and the 4th again today. And the unknown deck was dealt at 12:05, which is the Hierophant. The half deck was dealt at 6, which is the Lovers. The Journey of Love at 7, which is the Chariot. And then Metatron was 8, which is the Strength card, the manifestation card of dreams. And then the final deck, Shaman, Dreams, was dealt at 12:10, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. And that high vibration and destiny as well. So the cards at the end of each deck were 3, 2, 4, 1, 1, 1. But I was also getting 3, 2, 10 because 10 cards total came out for the pyramid, 1, 1, 1. So first I looked up 324, since I know Gematria won't do 6 numbers. Nothing usually comes up for that. But 324, the first entry was the only thing I recorded, was the eagle has landed, which is very significant. And then I looked up 3210, which was very significant for us. The first entry was he will come with the armies of heaven. The second entry was descendant of David times 3 times said. The third entry was I am a prophet, a warrior angel, and servant of the Most High. The fourth entry was I am finally and completely connected to Jesus Christ and Father God. The eighth entry was July 24th. 9 was a 2-person rapture is about to happen soon. Be prepared. How do you like that one? Because twins also came up, right, on my last read. The 10th entry was Eyel, E-H-Y-E-L, Asher, Y-E-H, E-A. So E-H-Y-E-H, and then Asher, and then it said E-H-Y-E-H again with I am, but E-Y-E as opposed to the letter I am. I am that I am, and then it says A-Y-E-M that A-M, as in I, A-Y-E. The 11th entry is I have the inverse of the largest manhood ever. The 12th entry was 2555, 2555. The 13th entry was the Rothschild's Luciferian doctrine of sadism through illusion is at its natural end. And then 2 witnesses came up. 2 witness 1231 or December 31. And then I looked up 321, which was Flat Earth, Seattle, and In the Beginning. So at 12:12, I started transcribing the message here. And sirens were going off. The underlying energy was the King of Earth from the Good Tarot, the Octopus, the 6 of Cups, then 17, which is Her Grace in the Journey of Love, 19, which was Fire and the Dragon, and then the 8 of the Crown Games in the Shaman Dreams. The King of Pentacles, the Reindeer King, well grounded and wise beyond his years, the Octopus Teacher with brain on fire, and 8 limbs reaching far and wide. The October Opus, which could be October, which is references 10, but it's also Oct, which is 8. So the 10 or 8 of Chi also comes up here. And the October or 8 of Infinity and the Life's Work. Um, so the King of Pentacles with 10 and 8, and again that reference of 18 in Chi, which is the 10 and 8th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. The Six of Cups soul tie, the twin flames and the children of love, God and children, mother, father's life work, or their life's work, Father of Earth and her grace, the 17 of the star in the dream, extending her hand to dragon fire, the pyramid fire in his belly, and the ether sun and plasma stardust of fire and ice in the 8 dance of crown games and the right use of power, of her grace and his strength, removing the crown when she walks in the room, the infinite life's work of the human divine feminine and sacred masculine in the fairy dragon tail, referencing the fairy tale and the dragon tail, or fairy dust and dragon's breath, of plasma ether, of the 17 and 19, of the star and sun dance, the star that is the center of your universe, the sun, when far away goes cold, but hot to the touch, and her delicate plasma hand is far-reaching, and ether, or the ashy bright light, cuts straight through the heart. The excitement of her, yes, her, was coming up as the translation here of the plasma and ether. So the plasma being that stardust of the feminine, and the ether of the bright light that cuts like the sun of the masculine. And this was at 1251, which is the Hanging Man and the King of Swords. So at 1251, so again, today's the Hanging Man and the Emperor, which could be the 51 King of Swords as well, or perhaps the King of Swords hanging out with the Emperor. The underlying energy of the 8 in the dance, the 8 of water here, the dance of the ocean, of the waves, and the 17 of the star, who bears this water of plasma, which plasma is green quartz and is defined as ointment as well, of starch and glycerin. Ionized gas, it's also defined as all senses. Matter of partially ionized gas and electrons, free of suspended cells, or in other words, only the good dancers who are excited to learn, to mold, shape, or form. So she is the ointment, the green hex, right? The 6-sided things, the flower, the 6 of the lovers. She is all the senses, the partially connected to the electric, right? And then referencing the partial connection, right? Part of her is independent from the masculine and part of her is always connected to the masculine. She is all the senses, partially connected to the electric, part matter, gas, or air, or ether, and bears water to put out his fire. She is the 8 of Cups, the blue star, and he comes up here as the 8 of Fire, the panda bear who bears her. And the 6 of Fire, the ship that fires with a hot air balloon, all fired up, filling up her senses of his ether air, the fire breath of the dragon. Her matter carries the water, his fire carries the air, right? It heats it up. He lifts her boat off the water, putting the wind in her sail. She lights his fire, and he fills up her senses. She holds water, he fires up the air. She brings him down to Earth Mother, her, and he inspires her to his star father, the king of the earth, at 110. The magician and the destiny of the high vibration, and that connection of source and human. At 111 of 111, the 1 of the leap to the double leap of the twins, the 1 of the messenger of fire, with 8 candles in her crown, and the love of the beast, her and her lion dog, or the Arles, where Ara means distance gap, or the relationship between. It means jealousy and envy, pan, as in pandemic, pan and now, as in the now moment. It means the blue and yellow macaw, which is the blue and yellow connection of the twins, the blue-ray connection, which the blue and yellow is green, of course, and the house, the building, the village, the placenta. Ara also means the collective, the skull, the altar, the bride, fig, green, fig bird, which is the combination of the macaw, the blue and yellow, and the charioteer, the attendant, the temple, the pyra, or that fire in the belly, the sanctuary, refuge, route, or path, to rise up, awake, revive, blood and glory, the messenger for the sake of, day, weather, lord and lady, surprise, to plow the moon, calendar interval, farmyard body, thunder, family member, miracle, wonder, spectacle, style, fashion, breakfast, and then arar is to plow, and rarely. Aral with an L on it is other, yoke, moral lesson, counsel, study, advice, island, or perhaps many islands within one sea. So the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands here are separate, and then the love of the Beauty and the Beast and their distance gap, the now moment, the blue and yellow or green relationship of the heart, the root of rise, the charioteer, the blood and glory of the messenger and surprise of the thunder roll, the collective altar, the temple for the sake of milord and milady and their romance, the space that ties us all together. Here the love of the high priestess, the higher self, the King of Pentacles, period, the Knight of Wands, period, so again independent of each other, and then the high priestess, divine feminine or higher self, lover, or that same person may be a daughter or a pet, or the divine feminine and their twin, Pisces and Gemini, and the Knight of Wands may be with envy of this relationship because they don't have a very nice look on their face. At 129 is the leap to the present moment. And 3 cards here of the 8 of the earth with the bass, cello, viola or violin, tree, the instrument in which to pull strings, of wood but hollowed, but growth at the stem and or handler, growing to provide fruit and resonance, a humbling of the earth, or the instrumental or musical growth, the 5 of the Hierophant, which is also change and expansion and freedom, and a female Taurus here, perhaps German or for hire, or placing or they're placing themselves higher, as the unicorn stands here in a balancing act, stands up to them at their level or status. So this unicorn's like on a big rock, like coming up to their level so that they can connect on the same level as this person who's building up their own altar. But it kind of looks like an ego altar. It doesn't look like it's pure. At 139, which is the leap to the Knight of Cups of being love, with the 8 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the 7 of Wands, working with the family Hierophant, boss, religion, Taurus, with the altar and unicorn, magically high, the unicorn, on a rock, balancing just on their hind legs in suspended animation, without moving a muscle, kind of like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, transcending space and time, or 3 different dimensions here of 3, 5, and 7, where the 3 to 5D dance is the altar here, but the 7D is magic and defies gravity. At 144, the 3D, 5D dance, or the 7th heaven of fire. At 145 is the underlying energy of unicorn, the gate holder beyond 5D, and remember the 5D is actually the station, but it's the hop-off point to all other dimensions. So once you get to 5D, you can go anywhere you want. So the unicorn is reaching out to the wise owl, and the working hard beaver with wisdom and wood in the H to 8, 3D and 5D dance. The butterfly daughter transforming, and the scorpion with their stinger up, ready to jump, or trigger vulnerable turtle, telling higher dragon self to go on without them. They're still working in the dark. The dragon's eagle eye is about to land at the peacock residence, to rise again in the Schumann resonance, diving and then again rising in the eagle's dance of romance, with octopus teachers' life's work, or opus, their masterpiece theater here. With bat lost in space and fish out of water, And then the Arales coming up, that lion, dog, eagle, horse that we talked about the other day, and the king of the jungle, or Tarzan, or Jay's uncle. The king that comes of the J, or in other words, comes just prior to, right? So J comes before K. And the UN glee, or luck of the Irish, to be happy. Lo and behold, check this out. The butterfly and the scorpion are back to back, or butt to butt. And the butterfly is working on flying, the scorpion on jumping, shocking, or reviving the earthworm, the intestines, all looped up, or triggering anxiety or excitement, right? Two different perspectives of the same thing, of the solar plexus entanglement, the intersection of the turtle, who is slow with directions, especially at confusing intersections. Telling overseer to leave them be, and that could be someone taking a driving test as well, telling their overseer to leave them be as the dragon's eye catches a perfect landing and the eye of the peacock in direct connect. As the dragon dives, the peacock rises. Oh, what an 8-armed mess. Or a really busy highway. As one turns on, one gets off, or two ships in the airport passing in the night, or on and off the train. The owl's eyes wide open as the busy beaver wonders what's up. As the unicorn stands right in front of them, unseen by any other eye, because they're the 70 unicorn at 207, which is the high priestess or divine feminine or higher self, and the 7 of the chariot. So the lion, or the lie, butts an ear or butters up the ear, so somebody whispering in their ear to butter them up, as the earth to dragon, or doctor, or butterfly scores art, or heartworm medication to the doctor, or pet with worms, or Dr. Eagle or Peacock rise from the ashes, EA, GP, EA, which can be emotional attachments to the general practitioner. But then Fraggle Rock was coming up as well as Eagle Rock, or meeting in the Phoenix Terminal, or someone's pH is 8, which is very alkaline, or taking a peek at pH and CT and pus, and Philly 8 coming up, or OC, but coming up as POC to POW. So from the prisoner of the whispering bench to the prisoner of war, oh, I'll be unicorn, or I'll be the avenue of the unicorn, how to get there, or a lot of hard work has gone on between them to come together. The human transmuting BUN or bun, which can reference the butt, but the BUN is a marker for the kidney function, so there could be someone dealing with kidney function issues or transmuting renal functions now of the inner child, the horn, the third eye, or the human RN or nurse at 222, which is the guidance counselor show. Arales, again, or that dog-lion creature, looking for their horn, and the unicorn is looking for their wings at 223, which can reference 2023 as well, and the King of Wands. But the stingray, Knight of Wands probably, is plugged into the elephant with a flame in their trunk, getting between the unicorn and the elephant. As the cheetah is about to pounce, trying to mimic the unicorn's suspended animation, as the Knight of Wands stinger is activated, draining the elephant, as the cheetah simultaneously tries to trigger them, getting it from both ends here, the elephant, or perhaps this is somebody with a 24-hour bug. So again, this is the elephant who's in really high vibration, right? All beat up and torn up, but they keep going no matter what. And there's all this stuff draining them and triggering them around them, right? So there's dark energies around them trying to lower their vibration. And an airplane went overhead there at the 24-hour bug. So maybe you have a red-eye flight as well at 2:29, which actually I do. I have to take Jenna to the airport very early tomorrow morning. At 2:29 is the Divine Feminine and the 29 of the Three of Wands. Perhaps the Knight of Wands, Scorpio, leaps into the elephant's arms or gets their Pisces child to do this in order to trigger or distract them from seeing the unicorn or in trying to lower their vibration so that they won't be able to see them in that realm. So again, we're bringing up that unicorn energy in the 7D, which can't be seen by everybody. But the high vibrational masculine can see the unicorn unless they're being triggered into their lower vibration, which is this dark energy around them seems like they're trying to do, right? Either they're jumping in their lap or getting the child to jump in their lap so they can't see this person who may be passing by. So there's 2 cards here with the golden egg and the rabbit. The golden child, the scared little bunny who leaps in their lap, or the nest egg tied up in the rabbit, or literally someone has their nest egg tied up on the child, or making a sacrifice at the altar. It could be and this could be a child who's really upset because they're making meat, or somebody's cooking eggs and it bothers someone, or someone goes actually to a chicken coop to collect some eggs and it's really bothering a child. They may have a lot of anxiety about this. But there could be 2 fiery kids here too, with a bun in the oven, or cheetah and rabbit guarding their egg or investment, or watching Honey Bunny in Pulp Fiction. Remember, the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of the evil man, or the evil men. And just paraphrasing here, I didn't write the whole thing down. But again, blessed are the shepherds, his brother's keeper, the finder of lost children, etc. And then he goes, and the fact is that after explaining all these other scenarios, that you are the weak, and I am the tyranny of the evil men, trying really hard to be the shepherd, and Spirit's connecting with me. And this is very much coming up where he all of a sudden changes from the perpetrator to the savior, which is the definition of a narcissist, right? He thinks he's being good by being the savior, but by being the perpetrator and the savior, he's playing both sides of the coin, where it's the victim in the middle who has to make the shift, right? Because the perpetrator and savior don't want to give up their position. And again, here's the weak learning their lesson. If you remember that scene in Pulp Fiction where the couple robbing the restaurant gets put in their place by a more evil person. The wolf thinks they're really tough until the lion strolls in again. In like a lion, out like a lamb, or perhaps a mother's fury or tough love to keep them in check here. The dog unicorn and the lion with wings, and the rabbit perhaps who sings or can't keep a secret for anything. At 249, the Divine Feminine Higher Self, and the 49 of the 9 of Cups, the underlying energy of the world that comes full circle, the Divine Feminine or Pisces here, and the Queen of Swords speaking to the magician, or perhaps manifesting magic, and the Page of Cups about justice of the innocent and loving, or Pisces, Gemini or Virgo, and Libra here. Perhaps Pisces, Page of Cups, Virgo or Gemini, Queen of Swords, and Libra, King of Pentacles, nobly appreciating the innocent children nearby, or pets, or perhaps appreciating the talk about the inner children loving each other. The abundant world, Mother Nature, or Taurus Pisces, or mother and daughter, as the Queen of Swords manifests a love message of justice, from justice perhaps, from the King of Pentacles twin, or with kids. At 256 is the Divine Feminine and the 56 of the Two of Swords. The first card out here, there's 3 in a row, the Emperor, the Page of Pentacles, and the High Priestess, where the Emperor gives a sideways glance to the 6 of Cups kids, or talk about that ooey gooey stuff, as he extends an invitation to the High Priestess, or learns something from them, or gets a read. And this could be someone sitting in an airport I was just seeing, where they're listening to someone who's sitting near them, who may be, talking about all that icky, ooey, lovey stuff that they don't normally listen to, but because they were stuck there listening to them, they actually may have learned something from what they said, so it might have opened up their mind. They may have learned something from them, or gets a read from someone, perhaps they went to a psychic, or perhaps from an aide or an RN or nurse, a researcher, accountant, or the secret keeper here, or on the whispering bench with their twin, their High Priestess. Those around them can't understand or see what they're communicating between each other. And those who are trying to trigger him don't understand there's an internal connection between the twins that they can't affect. They can't get between them. The King of Cups with great affections here for the Page of Wands struggles, or wanting to help one who is struggling. The King of Swords with the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords here, or constant messages that only he can reply to. Perhaps the Emperor and the King of Cups, maybe it's the same person, are getting the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands to help out their mother, sister, and or father here, to give them some assistance. Or the King of Cups, who may be the Emperor, is bringing the Page of Cups and or Page of Wands to play with the Knight of Swords and Page of Swords so that the King of Swords can get some of his work done. And that could be in the airport too, where someone sitting next to him is kind enough to ask their children to play with the other person's children so they can actually get their work done, seeing that they're having trouble with that. And that could be any place, it doesn't have to be the airport. But at 3:04 is the Empress and the Emperor, and space between, and that could be someone in separation or putting a little space between them, where the Empress may be with Pisces, and this can also be the masculine and the feminine in their different scenarios, where the feminine is the Empress and maybe with Pisces, Gemini or Virgo, or mother and daughter, and a pet perhaps, as a message of love comes in from Justice or Libra or the King of Pentacles, twin, as on his side was the scenario that I just described. The King of Cups and the King of Swords and the Wounded Warrior here, or they are the Wounded Warriors, and the kids are the Nine of Cups having a great old time, as the fathers and kids, or partners and messages come together for the Wounded Warrior to find satisfaction of being freed to leap, right? Having some freedom here. Or to this now allows them to go for a walk with a dog, or perhaps take a walk with a loyal friend. As the shadow card here that I showed you over the Fool is the 39 of the Knight of Cups from the Journey of Love, but it literally shadows the Fool card in letting the feminine lead the way, right? That the feminine energy frees them. It frees them up. With a handle on the Kundalini, she already has an idea how to, control the Kundalini, feeling the bliss of togetherness. And it's not showing them as together, but in the etheric realms, walking free together. At 3:09, which also references that 369 energy, where the 6 or the 4D is the present moment, which is why it comes up as the 0 point field. Where 309, which also can be the Empress and the Hermit with space between, the underlying energies of the 19 and the Shakti, the shock of Source, where the Shakti is the wake up of the Kundalini rising at the base of the spine, the feminine warrior and the Kundalini rising, the 35 of the Wounded Warrior feminine, and the intimacy of finding their way to the vortex with their partner, the 41 of the Holy Grail, the Ace of Cups, and the Mary Magdalene Hercules energies here of knowing without knowing, and waiting for Atlas's return, because remember Atlas got Hercules to take over the earth for a while so he could take a break. But Atlas also promised Hercules they'd come back and take over again. So here's the Hercules social worker, divine feminine energy, holding up the world, waiting for Atlas's return. The 29 of the present moment, the 3 of Wands, and the spiral dance of the goddess, present to the ovarian strangulation, tubes tied, or perhaps a tubal pregnancy, or perhaps the gift of a reversal here, with the 69 of the Ace of Pentacles and contemplation of a new life, and the 30 of the union of towering magnificence, of 17 of her grace in her own power, and the union of those reaching out to us outside of the earth, the tall ones, the 49 of the Woman of Light getting her wish at 3:18, which is my half birthday, the 3 of the Empress and the 18 of the moon in the 0 point field, the purple moon, the Woman of Light getting her wish, being showered in light and reaching out to oneself. It's like her higher self reaching out to herself with light. The 59 of the Temple, right, the war within, of Lady Liberty at the altar of her grace, his will, her grace, as angels meet in the temple. I was just getting the Temple of Doom. I don't know if you watched that. My son used to watch that when he was a little boy. The angels meet in the temple at the foot of Lady Liberty, the altar of multiple dimensions, coming together as one here, fighting their way to the land of the free and the home of the brave, given free will and the grace of forgiveness and compassion, the Easy Pass connection to I Heart New York, the I Am of the heart, and then the N, which is the Christ vibration, and the Y is the 0 point leap. I am heart, the big apple, which is the shape of the heart, through the Christ consciousness ground 0 point field, where Curious George and the man with the yellow hat who lived in the now moment, the Washington Monument, seeing through George's eyes, as the 33, God speaks directly to all children, not just Christ, who are willing to hear their higher selves. One card came out here, which was that 39 card, mimicking the Fool. The Knight of Cups, to let the feminine lead the way. Lady Liberty, as the Fool with an open heart, taking a leap of faith. As she did take a leap of faith, as that 9-foot Liberty on loan from CNAM, the third arrondissement of Paris, which had been in Paris since 2011, the hymn of freedom and recognition of the Franco-American friendship, which was on Ellis Island from July 1st to the 5th last year, kind of recognizing the coming to Ellis Island 1892 and 1924, and looking down on Big Sister of the big Statue of Liberty, which is 150 foot tall, but with the base 305 feet tall. And then that statue moved down to D.C. for 10 years at least in the gardens of the French ambassador's residence, which was inaugurated on July 14th of 21. So at 341, which is, I just said 7/14/21, and 41 just flipped to 41, and 21 is a 3, as the time was just 3:41. 3 is the Empress, and 41 is the Ace of Cups. So the Empress, the Earth, Mother Nature, and that self-love, spiritual love, new love is the Holy Grail, your connection with Source, the underlying energy of the 4 and letting go, the release of the 51 of the King of Swords. So here we have the Emperor and the King of Swords with purity and innocence. He's the card of white. And the 8 of leadership dance with flame in hand and 3 keys spiraling up to the 54 of the Page of Swords, or that Mercury energy, the universal Mercury, the alchemist, and the castle on cloud 9, 0-point field. The 48 of the void and the Om, of that symbol of the Om, the 30 with the crown on top. At 344, that's Hercules again, and Mother Nature there. I was just getting Mother Knows Best, taking care of Hercules as Statue of Liberty, holding up the world for Atlas for a while. And that 30 with the diamond crown, retreat. Perhaps this is Emperor and son, or King of Swords and Page of Swords, son or child, in the dance within to the 19 of the sun dragon's strength, with a fire in their belly, and ether, the dragon's breath, which is also very sharp, bright light that cuts. At 351, the Empress and the King of Swords, where the first card here is the 53 of the Knight of Swords, and the codependency of that Knight of Swords and the key to their freedom. Right? So, you know, the Statue of Liberty is like the welcome lady who welcomes you into the country and gives you a key to the house. The 2 sides of the family tree coming back together with space between. The star and the sun with a message to bring, to let freedom ring. The 32, I was just getting a phone call. The 32 on the journey from orange to gold, from ego to God, from orangutan to the ancient one, on the tree of life. The 3 of Mother Nature, of creation of our planet awakening and expanding, flowering as a collective to become a star. The Sun, Knight of Swords, on the journey to Mother Nature, and the 31 of the chaos of transformation of light and dark. As the denser we are, the more shadow is left behind, right? So if your body's see-through, you wouldn't have so much shadow behind you. So at 357 is the Empress and the 3 of Swords, the separation of the mother. At 357, the underlying energy is the 5 of closing the door on the old, and that can represent freedom, change, and expansion, as well as the Hierophant, which is Taurus, closing the door on the old, and the 61 of the whale's song. And after the door is closed comes in the 50 of the 10 of Cups and the spirit of the river, and movement to adventure, but coming towards the door. It's like the closing of the door creates a vacuum and pulls the 10 of Cups spirit of the river of movement to adventure towards that closed door. And then adventure was coming up as the Advent Tour. As the door closes, it sucks the 10 of Cups family in. The division between the 61 whale and the 10 of cups 50 of the family or emotional fulfillment, as that 10 of cups comes in with the 23 of the King of Wands and the year 2023, and fortune's wheel of luck and right timing, the 55 of the Ace of Swords, the truth and the farther gate, the truth of the split in the rock, of the 2 gates and the 2 suns, or the father's cave with double entrance and 2 sons vying to get in, the 32 of the journey of the jeweled web, where jewel equals I child, co-creating one equal and congruent to death or transition, connectivity of lights like the lights on a Christmas tree and the Grinch in his cave. And then the Jew is coming up, and the dance of the crown games, in the bold connectivity or the sisters' nativity scene. The act of co-creation and gratitude here with TF, JC, and CG coming up here as the initials. The twin flame, Jesus Christ, and then the Christ-God connection. And remember that masculines all are represented by the Christ energy, and the feminine as the Sophia and the Mary Magdalene. The King of Wands, or the year 2023, of truth of the journey to the 5D, the infinite crown games and right use of power, the digamma, or twin rays, the twin flames, the jewel, the children, and removing the crown at the end, the twin flames, or Jesus and the wounded warrior, his higher self, Mary Magdalene, on the whispering bench here, benched in the Christ to God games, to infinity and beyond. At 412 is the Emperor and the Hanging Man that we started out with today. That's today's energies, is the Emperor and the Hanging Man. Is he hanging out, seeing new perspectives and being wise, or is he hung out to dry and out of control, trying to control things? And there was a really loud bird out the back door that was singing. It was like, wee-oh, 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 wee. I don't know exactly how it sounded, but it wasn't irritating. It was just really loud at the back door. It was very unexpected. So there's a loud bird. Maybe there's a loud bird that's going to show up at your back door, so it could be a woman. And then we have the first card of the 28, of the hollow bone, of the humbled self, the twin flames who become teachable, and the 29 of the present, being present to the moment, and your gifts of resourcefulness, the horn cactus, and the 2 of the divine feminine and high priestess or higher self, the beloved with radical acceptance, the one of the heart on fire, like the fire in the desert, right? Which doesn't do much, right? Because everything's burned up already. The fire of the desert, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, the last card comes up, which is the 3 of the benefactors of grace and generosity. It's like the most cushy card in this deck. Of the cuddle buddies in the mushroom. Or she doesn't make him take off his crown. He's wearing a crown, but she's not. So it could be the king and the consort. Or here, he's not made to take his hat off when he comes off the door, out in the door, that he's allowed to wear his crown if he wants to. So they're like cuddling up, watching the show, all smiles and cuddly, and enjoying themselves, cuddling up in obviously luxury. So then we go to the read on the table for you guys there. And here is the read on the table. Okay, so it's just 3 decks. It's the SIRIAN Starseed deck, the Rider-Waite Mini, and then the numerology deck over here, which has blue and greens over here, which is the heart and the throat chakra, relationship change and moderation over there. Sorry about that. And then the underlying energy here were yellow and red and oranges, which is more the solar plexus and sacral energies of leadership and effort in the underlying energies, and ending karma with the 81 there. But this has 56, which is the 2 of swords, which is being in your knowing, keeping your energy clear regarding the throat chakra and what you say. And then this is the message from this read. This was done at 11:11 last night, and I finished clarifying at 11:15, which is the 11 of justice and the 15 of the devil, or the shadow side of things. The star, the transition card of the death card, and the wheel were the major arcana, and that was it. There were 2 pentacles, 3 swords, 2 cups, and 1 sword here, 23 and 21, which is the King of Wands and the World. The main characters or court cards in the read were the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, as well as the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. After the read was the Knight of Cups and the King of Swords. And as far as the numbers, we had triple threes, so the 333, 369. Double fives, sixes, nines, and tens also came up, so that 56 came up again here, and the 910 begin again. We also had so the 55 is the Truth, the Ace of Swords. The 66 is the Queen of Pentacles. The 99 is a lot of compassion here, an Agent 99 perhaps. And then the 1010 of reminding you to keep your vibration really high. 5, 6, 7 made in heaven, so the dimensions going up to 7 here, pushing you upward, right? Not to stop with your work. If you've gotten to 5D on a consistent basis, then work your way to 6 and 7, right? Because once you get to the 5D station, you can play with all the other dimensions. So 56 is the Two of Swords. We have 34 of the Eight of Wands, 45 of the Five of Cups, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, 78 of the Ten of Pentacles, the end of the deck, and then 89, which is that Phi energy of expansion and contraction, or staying in the middle, reflecting instead. The code line here is all about moderation and relationship change. And the number 5, which is in the middle, is about freedom, change, excitement, vacation, romance. But it's also the Hierophant and Taurus. And then we have the messages here regarding moderation and relationship change. To strive. Someone might be jealous or zealous here, very enthusiastic. For Twin Flame Key, perhaps Lady Liberty's key, but without urgency, without an urn or without a rig. And that can reference to different messages for different people. Then there's an after-death test here, which is key, or the Hierophant, the star, and the sea, which is the whispering bench here. Or someone who's very adept at freedom here. Right, which a star normally is, right? They get, but it's being a star is freedom, but also a trap at the same time, isn't it? But the freedom of the star in the sky as well. Or the Knight. This could be the fifth Knight here, the Knight 5, the star, and the whispering bench, seeking life essence, or seeks Eve, seeks the evening, or the divine feminine here. And then the energy of the egg, the mother, the sound or the voice, to leap Knight 5. And that could be a Knight who may be a Taurus or going through changes. The star and the seas, energetic exchange, that the power of the oceans, emotions, and the energetic exchange with energy, and the life essence in moderation and relationship change. So again, going through all these changes without getting triggered, or drained too much. The Eiffel Tower then also is coming up, and the Twin Flame Key. Good at change, the star, and the Christos Sophia energetic exchange. And similarly, Eve, or the energy of having sex, and the egg, the widow, the widower, to go in contraction labor, and the energy of longing, the holy place of offering, the now moment. And perhaps flirtation there as well, flirting with this. Right? Kind of like that heaven and hell all at the same time, right? And referencing the orgasm at the same time. So an eye to spring as well, Knight 5, or adept Hierophant, or change. The star, the Christed, seeks Eve with moderation in relationship change. So we have the Nine of Pentacles as the underlying energies here. I don't know if you can see that very well. So we have that as the underlying energy with the mini cards on top. And the Nine of Pentacles is reversed in this read. Trying to get my pen to work here. Below that that Nine of Pentacles reversed was the Eight of Cups reversed, the Four of Cups upright, the Ten of Cups upright, the Five of Pentacles upright, and then the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So we had two tens, the two families. It's like the Montagues and the Capulets. where the Capulets are really good and happy and the Montagues are not doing well financially. So there's the home also came up below all of this, the Four of Wands. So the home and union may be uncomfortable when they're not going within, being an island to themselves, wishing on a star, with the Ten of Cups for happy family or an emotional fulfillment here. Out in the cold with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community with dysfunction or loss, or perhaps a loss of time, money, or effort. As the Nine of Pentacles reversed or dependent may be powerless, dependent, or loss of power, money, and independence, needing to make a decision here, or with poor judgment about an ex, or Aquarius reversed, Gemini reversed, or coming full circle with Pisces and Cancer and Divine Feminine at night, sharing with the Page of Pentacles, or perhaps they're sharing an invitation, an opportunity, or with a Page of Pentacles child or student. The Eight of Pentacles energy of working to align, to come clean, get clean, or clean up their act or space, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed may be stressed out here. A dependent trying to get out of their head about the sticky mess they got themselves into. Building stars or collecting notches. Perhaps diplomas or certifications, or working like an assembly line and being sneaky with the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, sharing what they learn at night and recovering from a breakup and or loss of affection at 12:15, which is the Hanging Man and the Devil. The Hermits in exile above the group of the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, dysfunction or loss, with the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, which can be a mother and daughter or child, but they're coming up both as stressed out, and it also could just be the Queen of Pentacles, dependence or powerlessness, but feeling stressed out or trying to sleep or going to be too late, with leadership in 81, which is really the culmination of karma around the world, and then beneath that was making an effort to transition here through a death or big change or end here. Making an effort to transition to leadership, ending karma around the world, or in a market downturn, or spending more than they thought they would, or some other kind of practical deadline or decline here. Too much time or effort was put in with no return. In the recent past, there may have been a death or someone not transitioning that you expected to transition, or a near-death experience, or perhaps someone who's being clingy or just dead tired in the never-ending story. Receiving the Ace of Wands or new passionate offers from clingy Knight of Pentacles reversed, refusing to work or move, or is just being seen as lazy here, or getting an offer of passion with no follow-through, or just a lump. And the Five of Swords making the rules. If you don't like it, then you can get out. Says the Magician, manifesting big time here, sending people out into the cold if that's what they choose, or telling them to leave if they don't like the work, or they could be referring them also to someone else if they don't resonate with their work, like the Hermit with Light, which would be very much different than the Emperor. Or to look back at the past here and to receive an offer of truth. The foundation here is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. The King of Wands reversed may be dumping a load, a burden, responsibilities, or confessions, and maybe just exhausted, which is why they're coming up as the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They may be dumping a load or responsibilities or confessions of a fallen angel, losing their temper or impatient with an offer of love coming in from a fool, or one just embarrassing themselves or them seeing it that way, or maybe someone's lacking faith in themselves, or perhaps fell from grace. Or is this the fool in love with a fallen angel who hurt themselves on Hurling Day? I don't know if you remember Hurling Day from the dinosaurs show. Or this could be, and that's where Hurling Day was when they throw the mother-in-law in the pit when they get to a certain age. So somebody might have hurt themselves on Hurling Day, so they might have been lifting too much or carrying too much weight. At 12:30 is the Hanging Man and the Four of Wands, or the home or the union, and the central energy of the Five of Wands reversed, an ending conflict or in a losing battle of the devil or temptation, or the Capricorn waving with synchronicities, and they could be seeing this temptation through the synchronicities, or constant temptations or messages of love, or addicted to shopping or rolling the die, and presenting the truth at home about union, and standing up for self or taking the high ground, toying with synchronicities, keys and keyboards, challenged by the star reversed, or depression or arrogance, and the need to heal and dream and shine your light. And there may be Capricorn upright and Cancer reversed here, and staying in the middle here, on that axis of the Capricorn and Cancer. Maybe needing to shine your light, or stuck, broken up, down, broken in, or broke out, or broke through. This also could be an ambulance or a car accident, and letting go of what little they have to fix up the place or make amends, to offer their time, money, and energy, or a new life to those willing to lead the way through family, business, or community loss and or dysfunction. And now crowning is the Seven of Wands, rising to tango with the 1 and the 7, or flame to flame, or the leap to the key of flame to flame. And again, there's this energy of the Statue of Liberty going from New York to Washington and creating a new connection there. The Queen of Wands and the High Priestess, or higher self, rising above conflicts, competition, or games, with the Wounded Warrior upright, stepping up to the plate to rise to the occasion, with the King of Pentacles upright and the Emperor upright, and maybe feeling badly or being shamed here by them. Or the Emperor feels bad but doesn't want to admit it in front of the King of Pentacles, who loves to one-up him. So the Emperor and the King of Pentacles could be partners, they could be brothers, they could be father and son. But today there was a big message about, brothers having to compete for their father's inheritance, their father's home, their father's business type of thing, where they're totally a competitive family, and the father totally feeds into this, right? Like one gets nothing and one gets all. Like, it's a really awful thing to do. But there's this energy coming up here of the wheel reversed, of not seeing eye to eye in a partnership, in a downturn of the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community, with no options but to end the pain, or in a painful ending, or perhaps somebody getting a massage here. And again, that could be somebody massaging someone's ego as well. So prior to all this energy was the King of Wands. I wanted to see further down in the energy who was going through this underlying energy. It was the King of Wands, who couldn't sleep, perhaps dumping a load or their burdens and working at home, or awakening to dumping their responsibilities, or in order to work at home, perhaps uncomfortable needing to walk away from the 10 of Cups happy family, which can be a workplace, but in exile as the Hermit from the 10 of Pentacles reversed dysfunctional family, business, or community, along with the 9 of Pentacles reversed dependent and or powerlessness of loss of time, money, and energy. So at 1241, the Hanging Man and the Ace of Cups. The Hanging Man with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, who's upright. Knight of Wands is reversed. This could be hanging out, sparring with each other, and again, sibling rivalry. With Libra reversed, Cappy or Pisces upright with Sag reversed, and Twin Flame 6 of Cups reversed in a falling out or negative past, or difficult kids after a sudden event, with the Empress upright and the Queen of Cups reversed, or Scorpio reversed and Taurus upright, not coming together in a falling out in the past, and finding peace away from a divorce, or just other people that you're not resonating with, finding peace away from breaks in contracts, or alternative people that maybe, again, you don't have the same belief systems, away from a spiritual community, or a tainted religious leader, or Taurus reversed, and uncomfortable dealing with emotions and needing to walk away from the Page of Wands reversed. Maybe a frustrated child, or their energies like kind of just blah all over the place. Or maybe this child's just constantly all over the Queen of Cups reversed, who gets no peace, which then makes her not to feel good, right? She's emotionally just at a wreck. With children and or pets, leaning on the mother or grandmother perhaps here, with Scorpio reversed and Taurus reversed, finding peace, traveling or away from the mother here. So this could be someone, a child leaving their responsibilities on the mother or grandmother while they're traveling. And then around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Six of Swords upright, with the Page of Cups upright, finding peace, with the Ten of Cups upright, happy family, with the injustice of feeling trapped at work or between family and work, but yet enjoying them both. The challenge being the Page of Wands reversed, expecting women to serve them or bow down to them. This could be a child, who may be spoiled, or this could be a masculine energy who expects women to kiss their feet. Again, depressed or arrogant, with disappointment and or broken heart or separation, with harsh words for the Knight of Wands reverse player, leaving them in limbo after years of great pain and no options. With 56 in relationship change and moderation, keeping their energy clear and to themselves, with the Nine of Cups reversed, not getting their wish, with kids out of control, with the Queen of Swords reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Juggling, performing, and the King of Swords rather, reversed, implementing a plan to no longer be alone emotionally, may be bored, or the King of Cups with new information that knocks them off balance in energetic exchange, or lots of back and forth with the Knight of Cups reversed. So the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords are both reversed here, dependent or with a lot of money, time, and effort going out, both being dissatisfied, always having to ground and integrate. The King of Cups, who's upright here, dealing with the Knight of Cups reversed, or their jealousies and or rejection here. So that could be the King of Cups with jealousies or rejection, or he could be dealing with a child with jealousies and rejection. And neither the Queen of Swords reversed or the King of Swords are happy. They're both reversed, and they could be lawyers as well for a couple that's splitting up, or partners who are splitting up. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Cups both reversed. They're kind of corresponding with this Queen of Swords and King of Swords as the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Cups reversed, which is the practical sovereign and the emotional sovereign. Offering kind words to the King of Cups, giving clarity and energetic exchange, with the Knight of Cups reversed child perhaps. Unhappy in separation or heartbreak with the Knight of Cups reversed and the King of Swords reversed at work, while looking back or going back to flame and being strong, taming their beast, which can be their inner beast, or perhaps a pet, or Leo, or their ego. So we have then the Ten of Cups upright and the Ten of Pentacles reversed, like I said before, with the Hermit in exile between these two families, and the Nine of Pentacles feeling powerless, or this could be a dependent here, and that could be someone spending way too much money. With the Hermit in exile between the Ten of Cups upright and the Ten of Pentacles reversed, again the Capulets upright and the Montagues reversed, with the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles both reversed, along with the King and Queen of Swords both reversed, or each with a dependent child, and the King of Cups upright as well, with the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which can be siblings, and then the Six of Cups reversed kids, which could be younger kids or older kids, like one set from a first or second marriage could be coming up here as well, or in a falling out, finding peace in not transitioning and not fighting for their new happiness to end conflicts with multiple flames. And that could be someone who may be having multiple relationships at the same time. The challenge being depression under arrogance and a twist of fate, with the Page of Wands reversed rising to tango with flame in hand, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed dependent or powerlessness to separation between the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands reversed, and the Knight of Cups reversed, and the King of Swords reversed. A lot of negative energy at work, whether they're just none of them are getting along, or maybe there was an event that happened where they're all sad at work, or maybe everyone's sad that somebody's leaving. Maybe the Emperor's retiring. But this can be at work, at school, at church, etc., any place of co-creation, looking back at the past and or at their flame. Or maybe someone's dealing with multiple flames because they do work with the twin flames. So, and the movie Beyond the Lights came up last night too, which is a love story, but of the challenges of stardom. And at 110 is the one of the leap to destiny, or that high vibration, the one of the divine masculine and the magician, and the destiny here. The Nine of Pentacles reversed, or a dependent person, or someone who's spending a lot of money, or a child, maybe clinging to the Knight of Pentacles reversed, both reversed or ungrounded in a losing battle, perhaps challenged by depression or the need to heal and stand up for themselves, to rise above, and falling out in the past or dealing with difficult kids and things not going their way, but finding peace without the Page of Wands reversed and the Nine of Cups reversed in separation, with the Knight of Cups reversed and the King of Swords reversed, perhaps at work in the past, or no longer waiting for their ship to come in. As the Page of Wands and Queen of Cups both reversed, and they're probably both kids, can be mother and child as well, or perhaps her frustration, with them refusing to leave divorced mother or not coming together after falling out in the past and finding peace without all of them, perhaps they're seen as bad influences on another set of kids here. So again, there could be two sets of kids from separate marriages or two families coming together, with the Nine of Pentacles and Knight and Nine of Pentacles kids versus the Queen of Cups and Page of Wands. They're all reversed though. But the Pentacles kids here could be with foolish confessions of love for the King of Wands reversed fallen angel with a bad temper and unable to function. And remember, the King of Wands 23 is this year as well. Perhaps they hurt themselves, or they've been carrying too much weight at 119, and then that could be a worrisome for their health and their heart at 119. Or one who fell offering love to fallen angel is unable to function or paralyzed by their passions, or perhaps disabled after hurting themselves, or refusing to work or move, fighting constantly with the Queen of Wands upright, and perhaps sister standing up to them, with group out of control, with childlike frustrations or in a losing battle, with the Page of Wands reversed, who may be out of control, or perhaps this is a child who will always have medical issues, which is just an ongoing battle. We have the Emperor upright with the King of Pentacles upright. And then on the Empress's side, we have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands reversed. Perhaps the King of Cups is the Emperor, taking on the Knight of Cups reversed and their challenges, while the Empress is with the Queen of Cups reversed, taking on the Page of Wands reversed as well. Or two grandparents taking on kids of a couple who's in separation, dealing with lawyers and work and digging up the past at 130, which is, again, the Divine Masculine and the House or Union. There was also something that came up in the movie Beyond the Lights, which I wrote down because it was at 314, which is pi. But it was a father-son talk. So here again is that father-son relationship that's been coming up all week, where the father, he was priming himself in the movie to go into politics, and here she is, a famous rock star. You know, they're very different worlds and different expectations of their stardom. And the father was talking to the son towards the end, you know, and him saying, I guess you don't want to end up a bitter old man like me. And then a bus drove by, which was number 68, which is the Page of Pentacles, right? It's that person who wants to be a student of life and perhaps doesn't want to be at the top of the chain of politics or of stardom, but just wanting to have love, to be that perpetual student of life. So that was that energy that was coming up. And that was that read. Okay. So I didn't pull from Nature's Whispers, so I'm going to pull a card from there for you guys to close it up. It's 5:50 on the clock, which there's that 55 of the farther gate card again, and the split in the mountain and the double gates and the double suns. So again, that competition for the father's love, the competition between sibling rivalry, very much comes up here. This also can be just partners who compete. The perfect setting. So we have the 9 of the Hermit, which is also the 1 in the all, and painting the sun, or the perfect picture, that perfect setting for the sun to come out, right? Setting up, preparing something where the sun will be very comfortable. And again, that Hermit energy where they can just hermit and go within. And then here we have the 48 as well, which is walking away within to hope and happiness of a happier place, of being wild and free in this age of Aquarius here, perhaps by the sea, because you see the mountains and the water here, and that same kind of inlet energy here, not on the coast at the ocean, but the ocean inlet type of energy is coming up here, of where it's a little bit more protected. So perhaps setting up that perfect place where you can hermit and go within for hope and happiness in a very spiritual, peaceful, free place with a lot of birds. There could be a lot of people here too going to the shore, but like I said, they could be inlet shores, not on the outer coast. And there's just that energy of being able to go within and be in peace. And the bottom of the deck here is a shift in your energy with the 19 of the sun. And again, this energy from a very spiritual place, or a place of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, right? Because you all carry organisms on you as well. So you're just like the Earth, which is a ship. Just like the ships in the sky, they're all ships. And some of the planets you might see or satellites are actually ships. So shift in your energy, the 19 of the sun. And then the energy underneath that of that Page of Wands energy, of being true to your heart, no matter who that heart is. And this can be very earthy with fire in it, right? Very grounded and yet fiery within as well. A lot of blues and greens or peacock colors here with gold. Being true to yourself with the 26, the Page of Wands. And then the sun coming out to shift your energy into that fire, right? Maybe sometimes you're very earthy and grounded, and sometimes you're very fiery and you want to take a look around. Okay? So again, this is a very peaceful place within, right? Finding that place. Maybe some of you are thinking of moving to the shore, or maybe you have a second place in the mountains or by the shore that has, water and mountains all around. But maybe someone wants to go paint somewhere they can just be by themselves, perhaps leaving the guys with all the kids, which is why we're dealing with this read today. And you see how they connect here? It's like her scarf goes back into this picture here. It lines perfectly. That's so weird. Because even the lines drawn on the picture are the same here and here. Let me just look at that for a second. It's like connecting 2 points in time. Like it even could be the same place, but in 2 different dimensions. Or just 2 people in different places, but connecting, like seeing the same thing, but in different places at the same time, right? So transcending space and time kind of energy here is definitely the energy coming up here and going within to the one and the all, to that beautiful place, where we have this aloneness, but there's a ton of people here on the beach as well. Being able to be in this oneness without being affected by all the energies around you. And how wonderful that would be, right? To be able to go into that peaceful place at a moment's notice without feeling everybody else's energies. Okay, I'm going to give you a Journey of Love card too, so I can read you a message. All right. Oh, and also, guys, remember Pisces came up from all 3 die. So it's very much that transition, right, from one world to the next, where Pisces is the end of the astrological scope into Aries. And it's 555 on the clock now. So we had 444 in the beginning, and now we have the 555 of the change and that energy of 4D and 5D as well. So the angelic realms into a constant realm of change. And we have 2 cards coming up here. Within nothing, there's everything, which very much references that energy as well, of being in the womb of the earth in that peaceful place. Within nothing, there is everything, the one and the all. The 2 of the High Priestess, but also the feminine, but the higher self, which can be the masculine as well. And then the blood dance of the 2 of Cups, which is the heart, right, of being human and being one with the earth. And then the bottom of the deck, which is the Ancient Ones, of collecting the light, which came up in the read today as well. The 52 of the Queen of Swords and Lady Liberty, the Ancient Ones and the Pleiadians. So let's read that first one of number 2. Didn't that just come up? I guess it needs to be heard again. Within nothing, there's everything. From a point of stillness, a moment, a complete universe is opening up to you, endlessly expanding. Your every thought and intention sends ripples of consciousness through the universe. What a creative being you are. You're sending consciousness into motion, bringing your creation into being. With every inner desire, with every whispered wish, the universe receives your yearning and aspirations with open arms, returning them to you as manifestation in your life. What is really in your heart? Open your arms, sigh, speak your heart's truth aloud to the loving universe, and receive it as your destiny manifesting now. This oracle brings a message to you. Something that you want is on its way to you. It may seem to be coming out of nowhere, no sign on the horizon to give you hope, yet it is coming to you anyway. It is spiritual law that you cannot be denied the manifestation of your heart's desire. Trust and remain open to the tide of universal love rushing toward you, swelling within you now. The wind moves gently. Through trees quiet water flows. Life's song calls softly. And there's very much that energy of peace and the end of Pisces, right, into the new, which is January now, right, into the new year and into our new energy of this world, into becoming a star. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Remember your water, your rest, your joy, your nature, to follow your own instincts, your knowing. And, yeah, don't let other people take your energy or trigger you. You know, walk away when you need to, and just know every day, remind yourself being present that everything is well in every moment. Rise and be loved. Love and rise, guys. It's in their eyes. Bye.